And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. Happy President's Day to everybody. I'm Stanton Salter along with our odds maker, Keith Fuse. So a little overcast right now, but it's not raining. Hopefully the sun will come out and dry things out. We have a muddy track right now. We had a sloppy, muddy track yesterday and some good performances yesterday. How about, well, there's the track today. Let's start with that. A sealed, muddy track we'll have this afternoon.
Yeah, get you started. We had it sloppy, then ended up the last two muddy yesterday. Yeah, moisture still around. Still a pretty damn day in the Baltimore-Washington area, but things are going to get a little bit better as the week progresses. I think we're going to get upwards in the 70s. It's a shame we don't have racing tomorrow and Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, happy President's Day. Always we get a big crowd out here normally on President's Day. How about the feature yesterday? Hats off to Conjecture. A gutsy win, gutsy ride there by Bobby Delgado. Gould's Night Out was right there in the photo. I thought a good as-is call by the stewards. That was some good old-fashioned race riding. This isn't 4-H people. It's horse racing. They were both bumping each other. It was a good stretch battle, and Conjecture got the best of it.
Yeah, Conjecture was dead game. Wasn't gonna be denied when you really break it down. Gould's Night Out drifted in slightly. Conjecture did come out a little bit. They came together, a little bumping going on with about 40, 50 yards to go. But Conjecture dead game. And once again, you heard all those fans. What was it, Harbortown Stables, a new group. So you get those kind of syndicates into the game. Hey, winning does a lot of good, and I expect them to jump right back in, maybe claim something, buy something, and keep pumping some money into the great sport of thoroughbred racing.
And they hang out up there, I believe, in Tips. Right next to Tips is the Stone Bar, and that's where the men's grill racing.
Oh wow!
That's where they hang out, and they've had a good week, and they had a tough beat there with Gould's Night Out yesterday, but they still get a nice check for second. And that's a nice horse. That filly's doing well, and then they got the money in the wide country with the other Ghost Sapper filly, Enchanted Ghost.
Could have had a cage match up there right during the inquiry. See what happens. See who gets the best of the other. That's great. You want those kind of groups coming in. I'm always kind of searching, trying to talk some people in. I know as you to go in and get into horse ownership. It's a great thing. It's a thrill that I'm telling you. I've played a ton of sports at a good high level. Nothing's that feeling when your horse is in the gate and ready to roll. There's nothing like it. I'm telling you.
All right, let's get right to it today. We have a nice carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start race 4. The carryover today, it's over 8,000. There it is, almost 9,000, a little shy of 9,000 in today's Rainbow Pick 6 carryover. That starts in race 4. I'll have a ticket for that later on this afternoon. So nice carryover today. Don't sleep on that. That'll be well played. They put over 5,000 new money into it yesterday, the Pick 6. So almost 9,000 in the Pick 6 carryover today. That starts in race 4. Let's get right to it here with the opener. Race 1 will kick off the early Pick 5. We'll start the rolling super high 5 as well here in the opener. Low 15% takeout on the super high 5, and there's the early Pick 4 that'll start in the second race. There's the rolling super high 5 carryover that'll start here. Race 1, a little shy of 2,000 for the super high 5 carryover starting here in the opener with that low 15% takeout. We also kick off the early Pick 5 here in race 1. Let's take a look here. Claiming 15,000 3-year-old fillies going a mile and a 16th. I end up on the 4 here. Chancey for Jose Corrales, the barn, having a big weekend. They won the General George with something awesome. How about Awesome Mary yesterday? With a big win for Jose Corrales and Stronach Stable and the Bug Boy. We forgot about the Bug Boy yesterday. Weston Hamilton with a 4-win day yesterday.
It's good to see for Weston. I think he's an up and comer. He's definitely got some talent. Been taught well. So I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. But yeah, Chancey stretching back out. One at the mile, the one-turn mile, 2 races back. Is going to try to go for her 3rd straight, and she certainly looks like she could do it. She was up to a pretty honest pace last time and got, on a surface it's kind of similar to today's surface, was able to kind of widen. The only negative I find, you see sprint to route over the last year and a half for Corrales, 0 for 25, 0 for 26. That's kind of odd. I really couldn't believe that, but I tell you, positive. He's close to $3 for an ROI when he moves horses up in class. That's Jose Corrales, and he's riding a pretty good wave right now, Mr. Corrales.
Yeah, he sure is. Barn going well, and this filly's going in the right direction. Russell having a big weekend. The filly should like to stretch out. Wilco filly should like to stretch out. She likes the off going. She proved that last out. So we both like the 4 Chancey. We both like the 2. You have the 2 on top. Grecian Dancer first off the claim for the McMahon barn.
Yeah, Hugh, we caught this angle yesterday. A horse by the name of, was it Will? in the opener. That horse ran off quite a ways too pre-racing. It was brought back to the paddock and still won at 6-1. We had that one. I hope you guys had it. But
and McMahon with a nice win on Saturday too.
Yeah. So stretching out, same kind of angle. Grecian Dancer, looking at the breeding. The mare Baranya, she's a route winner. She ran well, I believe, out in California. Given a little bit of a freshening, a little bit of a drop, he's okay with this. This is a horse that's half the Baron, who did its best running. Not all that fast, but did it better on the stretch out. I think Grecian Dancer can get position. Just looking for a little better price. I clearly believe you have to use both Corrales horses, the 4 and the 6. Let's take a look at Mila Jane, number 6. Mila Jane's last race, January 28th. And boy, did she show some versatility in that effort. She won on the front end the race prior. Here she is on the 28th. Breaks just a little bit slow, and then put in tight, steadied at the break, and dropped some 14 lengths out of it early on. That's good enough, guys, and was able to recover. And on the day when the rail wasn't great, was able to alter in, got inside of horses and turned on. Really in good form right now is Mila Jane, and I like showing, that ability. Go to the front, ability to overcome trouble, and come from way, way back. I thought she was stone cold beat on the turn. But Corrales' horses, 4 and 6, clearly the horses to beat. I'm going to try to upset with the 2 Grecian Dancer.
Interesting rider change here on the 1, Miss Bellicose at 12-1. Make it Georgie Vargas Jr., our leading rider. Vargas on the 1, Miss Bellicose at 12-1. The weight will be 116. So interesting rider change there. This filly by Macho Uno might show well. Probably going to go right to the front from the inside.
Well, really the only one in this field, Stan, right, that has won at the 2 turns. Did it up at Penn National at 1 mile and a 70. Doesn't mind a little moisture in the racetrack. And this track yesterday really conducive to speed. You wanted to be up close. The rail was fine yesterday. If you turned for home and you were 3 or 4 out of it, you were out of it for the most part. You had to be in range turning for home. So, yeah, Miss Bellicose going to try to take the short way home from the rail. Will be setting sail.
All right, let's take a look here at race 2. Is going to kick off the early pick 4. You like the early pick 4 today. You have a ticket for it starting here in race 2. Let's take a look here at Keith's early pick 4 ticket. Who you like here in the second?
Okay, I like the early pick 4 stand. I like the later races too because I think there's some big prices late. It's just the ticket was going to be a little bit too high. I wanted to keep something reasonable here. Race 2 starting this early pick 4, $20 ticket. We'll go with 2 I Won to Win for Hugh McMahon, and also the 6 Lon's True Passion to get you started. Steve Krebs first off the claim. This horse looks well positioned, looking for a little bit of a duel, but we'll have good tactical position in the second. Race 3, the 2 and the 5, Garib, going to be your favorite, along with the 5 Banner Bill. I think this horse with a clear break can go ahead and set sail, go towards the front. Aggressive tactics in order today. Race 4, the 1 King's House and the 2 Wise Mac. Ending it, a spread in the 5th, Stan. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kieran with an aggressive move, kind of an ambitious jump, but I'm going to respect that and throw that horse as kind of your value in race number 5. Kind of a tricky race to split because you've got some good horses coming off of time.
I like the 4 you have there in race 5, Moonspell. First off the claim for Kieran. You get the leading rider, Vargas, aboard at 10-1. So, yeah, good value there on the 4, Moonspell in race 5. Good sequence here for the early pick 4. Couple nickel races here in the second and third. We're going 5.5 furlongs here in race 2. Claiming 5,000 4-year-olds and up. Haven't won 2 in 6 months. Never won 5. It's a tough condition. I go to the outside. Our leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez, having a big weekend. And I think the 7 Pachi Cruz will get a beautiful trip from the outside. Second at this level. Last out going 7 furlongs. A little bit of a cutback here to 5.5 today. This horse a 2-time winner at Laurel Park. Claudio gets his main man, Jomar Torres. Pachi Cruz 0 for 4 in the off going, but I think just gets a beautiful trip out in the trouble-free, clean air on the outside today.
Yeah, he was aggressively handled last time up, dueling on the lead. Just couldn't get the best of Union Blues. He ran a good number. I think the buyer was 71, going to be a solid favorite later on today's card. I'm going to use Pachi Cruz. The key to this race, to my top selection, I Want to Win, I think is going to be the first 16th of a mile, if he can kind of get out and get clear. Freshen for Hugh, drops. He's fine right now. He's 4 for 15, Hugh, with these 50% droppers over the last 2 years. I like the steady works. Layoff, this kind of layoff, he does well. I believe is the speed of the speed. I think he can kind of outrun Hunger early. If he doesn't, then it's going to set it up for the 6-horse Lon's True Passion, who's going very well. You look at the last race, December 16th, claimed out of that. Now gets the condition back. by just 11 days when you dig a little bit deeper
sure.
into the PP. So that's key for Lions True Passion. Stephen Krebs, very capable. We've seen him around here in the past, win races. That was a double key race on the 16th of December. Malibu Sunset came out of there, Stan. He's won. He won here for a nickel, stepped up to the 75, won in 6 months, and ran a big number. He paired up 70s. A 70 buyer is going to be good enough to win this race. I like Lon's True Passion coming in for Krebs.
And Lon's True Passion loves the off going 3 for 4 on a wet track, and we'll get a beautiful chip on the outside with Pimentel. So we both like the 7 and the 6 here. I didn't use the 2. I didn't know what to make of the horse coming off the layoff, but an old back class 9-year-old made over 300,000. He finds a nice cozy beaten nickel spot coming off the layoff. A nice 5 furlong workout here at Laurel late January for the 2. So if the horse is ready to go, Hughes found a nice condition for the comeback. So a nice. So I like these 2 and 6 months. They're tough. They're almost like an open nickel.
I like that, and allows the owners, the trainers, get these horses to roll through some conditions, so you don't have to kind of jump up.
Right.
All of a sudden, up a notch to open company. It's the right thing to do for the owners. They're paying the bills, so give them a fair chance.
Yep, yeah, salty group here in race 2. Nice 7-horse field. Not many scratches early on today, or not many scratches really on the whole card today, so that's a good thing. Let's take a look here at the 3rd. Another nickel race here in race 3, 4 and up. Haven't won 2 in 6 months, never won 5, same condition, but this race is going a flat mile. Some nice customers in here. I go with the Jerry Robb horse, the 7 Wrightwood, second at this level, last out going 7 furlongs, was making a nice rally, gets an extra furlong today. This horse a 3-time winner going a mile, second behind Hey Willie last out, who came right back to win. Wrightwood 5 for 6 in the money here at Laurel Park. Gets the X-Man today. I like the 7-year-old, number 7 Wrightwood on top.
And he might be able to keep this field a little bit closer in his range today, Stan, I should say. Hey Willie, just too good, was able to dictate last time out, but was very willing to the wire. I like Wrightwood at this mile distance. Doesn't mind an off-track whatsoever. But Garib comes out, I think, at tougher races. He's had excuses in his 2-back race, his 3-back race. Last time out, he put it all together, and we got a square price. We used him that day. Just a heartbreaking defeat for Garib.
10-1.
Top prospect, though. We found out he's a hot horse right now for Mary Epler. He's been in these open company races. The rest of them, for the most part, out of the condition races. Garib, you look at the internals, good last time. I think he's going to be able to lay close. It's going to be, I think they're going to have to grind him down when they turn for home. Banner Bill might be the one to catch. He's shown speed in the past. Number 5 gets Weston Hamilton. I'm hoping they send this horse today and try to go ahead and grab the front end, because I'm not going to let this horse beat me up top.
Yeah, well, the Bug Boys having a big weekend. Weston Hamilton on the 5, Banner Bill. Well, we both like the 2, Garib. We both like the 1, cooking up a storm, a big race, a big win coming off the pace. 2 starts ago, going 7 furlongs. That was an A in 6 months. Then stepped up to the beat in 75 last out, and just maybe bounced a little bit. Still made a rally, but that was a tough race. Sam Sparkle, the old 10-year-old, he's in for higher today, I believe, right? So cooking up a storm, back down to the nickel level today. Gets J.D. Acosta on the 1, cooking up a storm for Jerry Brooks.
Yeah, looking at the way this track played yesterday, and it plays like that today, it's not going to play to the favor of cooking up a storm. But, I mean, J.D. maybe will hustle him in there, get him in range. He's got to get into contention, I believe, by the top of the stretch. I mean, he needs them to be 4 or 5, within 4 or 5 lengths, I think, Stan. But, the old guy coming back down a notch is the right thing for him.
All right, nice. A couple nice beaten nickel races early on in the card. Let's get a quick commercial break. Nice carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6 today, a little shy at 9,000. That starts in race 4. We'll take a look at that right after this. Okay, welcome back. Today's Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 4 today. It's a nice carryover. They put over 5,000 new money into it yesterday. It'll be well played today. There it is, 8,900. $39. It'll get up at around the $15,000 range, I would think, today. There was 3 live singles going into the last race yesterday, and there were three horses with good chances in the last race yesterday. The one horse was second, the Carlos Mencillo horse,
Seabray.
That was one of the singles for over 11,000. The Cal Lynch horse was a single, and the Mike Blake horse was a single. You had 3 singles in the last race for over 11,000 in the pick 6. So jump on in today. It'll be well played, and if you're live with a single going into the last race, you might be looking at around a $15,000 score. So pick 6 action today starts in race 4. Nice claiming 11,004 and up, going 5.5 furlongs. And yeah, this is the race Sam Sparkle is in. This is the race I was talking about, the Open 11,000. A nice group of claimers here, going 5.5 to kick off the pick 6. We also kick off the middle pick 4 here in race 4, and I go with the 10-year-old. I go with the 10-year-old Exacta, I believe here. That's right. I go with the 5 Sam Sparkle. The 10-year-old has made almost $500,000. He's won 2 in a row. Now runs first off the claim for Jamie Ness. Jamie Ness claims this horse back. I like that move. Edwin Gonzalez gets aboard, and how about the other 10-year-old War and Thunder? Make the rider Sheldon Russell on the 7 War and Thunder.
Yeah, I tell you, his race 2 back on the 7 for Jamie. At any point, he was able to go on by. He wanted to. I think he faces a little bit maybe tougher group. All in all, this race was really hard to line. I think one thing I have Wisemack the 2-horse lined a little too high at 8. I think he's going to come down some off of that stand. I could see him in that maybe 5-1 range when it's all said and done, going from Willie Key to Dale Capuano and the jump up and close. This is kind of like a 75 1 in 6 months when you're not maybe a true 11,000, but I am crazy, but I'm taking the 1 right back. I don't know where that race came from. He got a major assist last time out on a good service February the 9th when the other speed, Sing Praises, who eventually ran 3rd, was kind of stumbled at a break and kind of lost all chance. But this horse is fast early, and he caught a track that looks just almost like what he caught last time out. You got Vargas.
2 for 2 on this horse.
I think he's a speed of speed. I think he can outrun War and Thunder, right? And I think he just zips to the front. He just looked like a different animal. May bounce off the face of the earth, but I'll try him one time. One back. Yeah.
I wanted to pick him on top based off that last win. That was a good-looking win with a 78 buyer, beating Classic Wildcat, who ran good that day. But I'm just a little bit worried about the bounce, and he's stepping up in class today. Draws the inside. He's going to have to break sharp and probably go right to the front. Vargas 2 for 2 on this horse recently. So we both like the 1 King's House. I use them in my top 3. You have them on top. You like Sam Sparkle as well. The 10-year-old stepping up in class today, but you have to admire his recent form. Now looking for his 10th lifetime win. He's made almost $500,000.
Yeah,
and I like the fact that Jamie Ness claimed him back.
They claimed him back, the old guy. Just obviously a barn favorite. Comes off of a win at a mile. Turning back to 5.5. That could be a little tough. I'm sure they probably haven't done a whole lot with him. Maybe Shepard just keep him sharp going into this race, so he stays a little bit closer to the pace. But he's a real fighter. He's Sam Sparkle. War and Thunder.
How about the other 10-year-old?
Yeah, I'll let you talk about him. I know you're using him in the mix.
Well, he's been running 4.5 against Allowance Company at Charlestown. Fast times, 51-4. That's moving at Charlestown. That's a fast 4.5 time. Going back to my youthful days, going to Charlestown with the 4.5 horses. But this horse can go 5.5. He's a 4-time winner going 5.5, and he's going to have controlling speed from the outside with a good veteran rider, Sheldon Russell. The 10-year-old, he's made over $300,000. He's looking for his 16th lifetime win. He's won 4 races here at Laurel Park. So welcome back to Laurel War and Thunder.
And it's a whole different ball game. 4.5 speed, gate speed, as opposed to down here. And he may be a few lengths off of it going into the turn at Charlestown, but against this field, he should be fairly close, because if you look at King's House, he's very similar. I mean, he's even a little bit further back at that first call at Charlestown. So War and Thunder might appreciate this little extra ground, gets him in a position that without having to be used as much. And like I say, Hugh McMahon is live today on a lot of horses.
Sure.
I think he's got 6 of them running. He's hitting at a 30% clip right now. I'm going to use more Thunder in the exact. I know I don't have him in my top 4, but I'm using him underneath. I think Wise Mac, can revert to stalking tactics and run a little bit better than he did last time. First off, the claim for Dale Cap on it.
All right, so a tough group of 11,000 claimers there in race 4 to kick off the middle pick 4 and today's Rainbow pick 6. We start the late pick 5 in race 5. No carryover today in the late pick 5, but as always, more money back to you with that industry low 12% takeout on both pick 5s. How about the early pick 5 yesterday? Paid over $1,100, and I think the biggest price winner was like a $14 horse, and you had a $3 horse in there, and a couple other heavy favorites in the early pick 5 yesterday, paying over $1,100.
How many times you sit there and just scratch your head after the 5th race runs? And you're
right.
Like, how did it pay that much?
Yep.
You cannot, as you say, don't fall asleep. Don't go to sleep on that early pick 5 because it does. It usually pays out handsomely around here, and you don't have to have huge prices to pump it up.
Yep. All right, so late pick 5 starts here in race 5. Nice group of 25,000 starter allowance horses here in race 5. We're going 6 furlongs. We have a video spotlight here of the 3 in arrears, who we both like here for trainer Brandon McFarlane. A big effort last out late January here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, you see him coming in the 5th position, number 3. A good rating job early by Firgo Lynch. He really gets along well within arrears. And this horse is in top form right now for Brandon McFarlane. Was able to split horses, leaving the 5/16, shifts out to be about 4 or 5 wide, turning for home, and just can't reel in Wild Dreams, who just goes up and just runs one of his best races ever for Hugh McMahon. I mean, this horse is trying to the wires in arrears. It's unfortunate. He's tried hard. 3 straight seconds. Is the pattern going to continue today? I'm picking him second again, Stan. I think the one, another McMahon. Henry the King comes in, a horse that's run some big efforts over this racetrack, is fresh and ready to go. And when he's fresh, he usually shows tactical speed, and he's going to need that from the inside post at 6 furlongs.
I didn't use the one. Another McMahon horse coming off the layoff today. First start in the McMahon barn. He's a solid 18% with new runners in his barn. Yeah, this horse has some early speed. Likes it here at Laurel Park. Likes 6 furlongs. I didn't use him. He catches a tough group coming back here. I go with the 5 on top. You like the 5 a little bit here. Nicholas and me, trainer Dale Capuano with a big day yesterday. He won 2 races yesterday. To 2 of the Weston Hamilton wins yesterday. And Nicholas and me in good form since the claim. A win first off the claim against Starter Allowance Company, then threw a clunker, and then came back and ran a good second at this level last out, going a mile and 16, second behind DeGrom, who would come back to win. Now the cut back to the sprint today. I like that angle. He won going 6 furlongs the last time he went this distance. I like the 5, Nicholas and me on top for the hot barn.
Ended up on the front end last time. That was first time blinkers going along. Super Buddy would look like the other speed to go. Had a troubled beginning. Got bounced around at the gate. But Nicholas and me, he doesn't need the lead either. Sprinting, I think he can go ahead and stalk. You've got a question mark with the 6 horse, Moon Over a Beauty. Hasn't been seen since July, but certainly a capable barn. Tim Kreiser's come in here over the past and hit at a pretty good clip. Out of the last race, you go back July 7th. That was a double key. Horses come out of there and run really, really fast. Moon Over a Beauty, fresh. This guy picks his spot well, does Tim Kreiser. Brings the rider down. I think this horse is going to be dangerous from a stalking position.
Yeah, and for the tag off those big races last summer and spring, now in for the 25,000 coming off the layoff. So maybe a little cause for concern there. But, fired a couple strong efforts last out. He'll get a nice trip on the outside with Marco Inerio aboard for Tim Kreiser. So it'll be interesting. The horse been working up there at Penn National. It'll be interesting to see the board on this horse early.
And there's your price horse, the 4, Moon Spell.
Yeah.
First
Vargas.
and going up, jumping up to 20. He's going to have to improve, but certainly Kieran is one capable trainer to get this horse, and he's got a number on the page that's 75 that gets him in there. He wants flow up front. This horse likes to make. He's kind of a one-run sprinter. If he gets an honest pace up front, he can make a run, and you don't want to let 10, 12 to 1 go with Vargas and Kieran.
Yeah, Vargas on a couple live long shots today. He's going to score on one of them. for sure. All right, a nice maiden special weight, one of our features of the day here in race 6 to kick off the late pick 4. Maiden special weight for straight 3-year-olds here. Going a flat mile. I go to the outside horse, the 7 Lonely Weekend's going to be awfully tough. This horse well seasoned for trainer Graham Motion in the barn with a nice win yesterday with Frechette. Nice ride by Fergal Lynch, right up the rail on for Frechette. The track of a fair playing track yesterday. You had horses on the outside, horses on the inside, speed and closer. So hopefully the same condition today on a muddy track. But Lonely Weekend been running 9 furlongs against maiden special weight company. The last 2 starts up there at Aqueduct. Second 2 starts ago. Third last out. The place horse in that race would come back to win. So this horse been running against strong company up there. Last time we saw the horse here in Maryland, a good second, going 2 turns against maiden special weight. That was back on December 1st. This horse will get a nice trip from the outside. He's dead fit to get the mile with Fergal Lynch today. We both like the 7 on top.
I'm not sold on anybody in race number 6. I looked at this race for probably 15, 20 minutes this morning. Just said I give up. I don't think the 3's going to win. Going to be a kind of a rank outsider at a big price. Everybody else, I could find a reason to put them in the winner's circle. I agree with you. I'm going to take the 7, but I'm not super confident. Main reason, this horse second-time blinkers and comes off of 2 tracks that were pretty conducive to speed horses. This horse might be a little bit closer today against this group. Has an okay race over the page at Laurel Park and can grind it down. Maynooth had a lot of trouble last time. Shanghai Check, I like the way this horse is going. Might have to improve a little bit more, but was dead game inside the 2-back try. Keys up against Forest Fire, who pulled the big upset, if I'm not mistaken, for service. So there's a myriad of ways to go. The 2 Kingston Pike had trouble last time out. There's not a lot separating them. Look at the 1, even the first. I know we don't have the horse in the top 4, but look at the breeding. Buy into Mischief. The dam wasn't much. Boy, the family, a long line of multiple winners when you break it down. And Tim Keefe, sneaky good with this angle. 3-year-olds and up, first time out in the maiden special weight category. His ROI is over $4. So, you got to think, why would you? This is a tough spot to put your horse in right off the bat. You got to think you got something.
You make a good case of the horse, and the horse well-bred. This horse is a homebred for these people. So I appreciate the patient handling. They didn't rush him to the races. Right. He's getting to the races now as a 3-year-old. So some good breeding on the 1. Some good works here at Laurel Park. A couple of good 5 furlong works recently. The 4 2 Swords, I think, is going to be the main speed horse, stretching out in distance. Second time blinkers today, showed speed last time. And might you think this horse is going to get a lone lead, or no? You're going to have Shanghai Check out there early as well.
Shanghai Check wants to be up towards the front. Kingston Pike with Acosta took back last time. Might have gotten a little bit of trouble. He got jammed up a little bit mid-turn and just really didn't fire home. But, hey, you're going to let Kenny Decker go off at a big price? Old Time Revival almost got it done at 30-1 the other day. 2 Swords is okay. First Samurai, the sire of 2 Swords, 16% with dirt routers. Improve with blinkers. I think this horse stays around a long way for Trombetta.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses here in a tough, competitive maiden special weight here in race 6 to kick off the late pick 4. If you like the beaten nickels, today is the place. We have another beaten nickel here in race 7. We'll have big handles. We always have strong handles in these beaten nickel races, claiming 5,000, 4 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Never won 4. The conditions here for race 7, going a flat mile. My best bet of the day here, the 5 Union Blues won the 3 Life last out. Now stays at the $5,000 level to face the 4 Life Company. A second in a win since Kieran McGee claimed this horse and dropped him to the nickel level. You get the leading rider Vargas aboard. The 5 Union Blues going to be a popular favorite probably here in the 7th.
At first glance, he almost kind of looks too good. I'm going against him. I mean, I'm going to use him in the exactas and stuff. I'll try to go for a little bit bigger price. I think this race could be the key to your pick 6, your pick 4s, your pick 5s. If you can kind of get past Union Blue, certainly 2 really good tries for Kieran, a reclaim for Kieran, but just dangling this horse in there for you for 4,500. It scares me a little bit, but yeah, he can do it. I mean, he's we've seen this move time and time again. But I go to the outside, Cowboy King. Old 7-year-old owes me no money. I've caught him sometimes. Here's a horse that loves Laurel, loves the distance, doesn't mind some moisture. There is not a ton of real speed in this race. I think he comes back to a track that he likes. He's 3rd race off of a little bit of a freshening. he's going to be out there a long way. And I think you're going to get 10, 12 to 1 on Cowboy King today. Yeah. And he's known to jump up and just run a big one.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to see if Union Blues can sustain after moving into some of these horses that are seasoned a little bit at a distance of ground.
Yeah, Union Blues, a young 4-year-old by Union Rags. Your top pick, a 7-year-old who's made over $220,000. I didn't use him. I didn't like those last couple races, but see if the old-timer can get back in good form today. I used the 8 in the exacta here. Who's the 8?
Now we are free.
Now we are free for Tom Smith, a 6-year-old, a good second here at Laurel Park at this level. Last out going a mile back on December. We haven't seen him since then, but he's been working well up there at Penn National. You get Jacqueline Davis to come down to ride. She came down to ride last time when it was a good second at 10 to 1.
Yeah, these moves kind of, I can't figure them out. Off a long layoff, in for the tag last time out. You're thinking, okay, maybe we'll try to get the horse ready back for starters again. Now right back for the tag again. I don't know what to do with Now We Are Free. Certainly a good enough number last time to put this horse over the top and put it in the winner's circle. I'll use underneath. I got to spread a little bit. The 10, even Mischievous Dan with Acosta. We've seen Annette Eubanks horses at big prices just show up out of nowhere. I've got just a hunch almost. This horse is capable of doing it. I'll toss the last couple. Acosta might wake this horse up.
And Jerry Robb got the 8-year-old Shaquille Hero in good form last out, second off the claim, a good second at this same level. He's an 8-year-old who's won 12 races, made over $250,000. So a nice salty group of nickel campaigners here in the 7th race. Still a big field even with the scratch.
Didn't even talk about the 2, did we? Expectations, a beaten favorite. Beaten favorite for the nickel condition at 7 furlongs last time out. Behind Now We Are Free and Turbin, who is scratched, but he's another one. I mean, Spitestown on an off track. You gotta like that. And he has very good positional speed when you really break down this group. I think you're going to have to kind of deal with him, certainly turning for home. But form seems to be tailing off just a touch.
Well, you look at that race 2 starts ago by expectations. Real good second behind Tomo Chachi. We see something like that today, and he could be right there. We'll still probably get a good, decent price there on the 2 expectations for our leading trainer. So nice group of beaten nickel claimers there in race 7, which will kick off the final pick 3 of the day. Nice allowance race here in the 8th race to kick off the late daily double. Straight 3-year-olds, A other than. Optional claiming 50,000, going 6 furlongs. I go scratch the 7 to 5 favorite here, the 4. Gleason, a big scratch in this race, and that kind of changes everything. I had Gleason on top, so now I end up on the 6 with the 6. Blame It on Honey on top for trainer Anthony Feria. Jomor Torres rides this 3-year-old son of Blame, a good third behind Divine Entry, an old-fashioned club against Allowance Company. Last time we saw this horse, late November, didn't run very well in the James Lewis or the Champagne, but good form before that, and I think got back in good form last out. Was freshened since that last race and been working well here at Laurel Park. A 5-furlong bull at work February 4th, 59 flat, and then follow that up with another 5-furlong work, a minute and 1 on sloppy conditions last weekend.
This horse just looks like he's just throwing it down in the mornings, and if that's any indicator of where he is right now, I think a repeat of his last. I think he looks like he may be a little bit better by the way he's working. We'll see. But Divine Entry, a different style, 2 races back. A different style just won recently, I think the Wingfield up in New York. This horse has kept the right kind of company. Great position in a shorter field. Tactical, can just kind of sit just off of it or go whatever the rider wants to do. Torres, he'll just have to make the decision.
The 2 Big Bella Browns done nothing wrong in his career. 3-year-old by Preakness winner Big Brown. He hadn't been off the board in 5 starts. 3rd last out at this level. He'll get a good trip from the inside with J.D. Acosta. He won't be too far back. J.D. will try to get right up there. Probably have a good inside stalking trip on the 2.
Yeah, he was kind of, just a little fade last time out. That's when the field all came together at the top of the stretch on February the 4th, and Dial Operator just swooshed from the outside. This horse is very game. He's been willing to the wire in all his chances. A horse that they had him for 25, and he's shown to be a better horse than what they ran him back in July in that debut. I think he's as honest as the day is long. I like his positional speed as well. A shorter field, but a very competitive field in race 8.
Yeah, nice allowance race to kick off the late double. Let's take a look here at the 9th and final race. Claiming 5,000, Philly Marriage, never won 2, Lifetime going a mile. I go with the 1 on top here, the 1 Wedgwood Blue, my price play of the day. All right, if we can get 3 to 1, that'd be okay. I'll take 3 to 1 on the 1 Wedgwood Blue. A good second at this level. Last out, you get the Bug Boy Carlos Carrasco to ride again. I think Carrasco had a double call in this race. Carlos Carrasco is named on the 1 and the 5. He takes the call here on the 1. Weston Hamilton ends up on the 5, Pretty Venezuela. But so I like the 1 Wedgwood Blue stretching back out to a mile today.
Yeah, dead game. Went probably a little bit quicker than what Connections or even all of us thought she was going to go last time out. Look at those internals: 23, 46 and 2, 12 and 2, just run down by a Claudio horse that I believe was dropping in class. Awesome. Alma. So Wedgwood Blue is hoping the track kind of plays like yesterday, favoring speed. She's going to be winging it, I believe, out front. I don't see anybody that can kind of go with her early. So it's going to be her race to lose on the front end. Hey, I'm riding the McMahon train today again.
All right.
Yeah, I think this horse might fall through the cracks from a betting standpoint. Freshen, I like that mile work back in December at Penn National, working steadily since then. Yeah, it just holds value. This horse has got enough coming off the sprints to get position. May get first run on Wedgwood Blue, but I'm not going to let this horse go away at a big, big price. Jana Lee, first time for Dorothy Wharton, and Wasabi, much better than that race December 30th where the horse stumbled at the break and just dropped well back. A kind of a premature move 2 races back, a patient ride could get it done for the 7, Jana Lee.
I'll use the 8 in my exacta catch. If I like Wedgwood Blue, I have to like the 8 catch as well. Catch was 3rd behind Wedgwood Blue last out. Always comes with a late rally. Fell way far back last out, going 7 furlongs. Hopefully doesn't fall as far back today. Gets Kevin Gomez aboard. Catch will be coming running late. Likes to get up there and get a piece of it, get a check of it.
Yeah, this is a good sequence. I mean, you're going to get a nice pot to go after. Like you say, 12, 15, 16,000 for this pick 6. I don't think there's any legitimate singles on the whole stretch. So I don't think you have to go super deep, but this is one you can take down with just a little bit of work. And, if you want to go a little bit more, maybe play a $80-$100 ticket. This is the day, the kind of setup to do it, no doubt.
No rain in the forecast. I don't think. It's a little overcast right now. Hopefully the sun will come out. Muddy track right now. Any chance you think the track will dry out to a good track, or you think it'll be muddy all day?
I think we could get to good. They'll keep seeing, squeegeeing this thing, sealing this thing up and floating it. Trying to squeeze whatever moisture they can out of it. It's a chance. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Nice carryover in today's pick 6. That starts for you in race 4. Dave Robin, he's coming up next with scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.